Norwegian Cruise Lines, booster shots, and passports. Cruise news right after this. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. Alright, first up we have Norwegian Cruise Lines. They are going to be the first cruise line that is going to seasonally home port from Panama. So, if you live down in the Panama region, I'm sure you see the cruise ships coming down to the area all the time. You see them going back and forth through the Panama Canal. But now you're going to have the opportunity to cruise from one of those cruise ships, particularly on Norwegian Cruise Lines. So, like I said, they are going to seasonally start home porting from Panama, the first cruise line to ever do so. Second, we're going to talk about booster shots. Now, booster shots are not required here in the United States, at least not yet. Cruise lines don't require them here in the United States, but the country of France has declared that booster shots are going to be required. So starting here in December, anybody over the age of 65 will have to have their booster shot. And then in January, 18 and over will have to have their booster shot. So the way I understand it is in France, in order to go in any businesses, public locations, anything like that, you have to have essentially your vaccine card, your health card, showing that you have all of your vaccinations. Well, how that affects cruising is any cruise ship that docks in France, the passengers on board are going to have to meet those same requirements. So if you have any transatlantic cruise coming up that's going to stop in France, if you're flying to Europe and taking any cruise that's going to go to France, just be aware, in order to get off of the cruise ship at all in France, you will have to be up to date on your vaccines, including the booster shots. So just something to keep in mind. Now, I have not heard of that going any further than France at this time, but you kind of know how it is. One does it, usually there are others that follow along right behind and do it. And while that's not coming over here to the U.S. and affecting some of our U.S. cruises, at least not yet, it is something to keep in mind to see if anybody else that says, hey, this is a good idea, maybe we should do this too. Particularly when it comes to some of our cruise destinations, say in the Caribbean. But we'll keep an eye on it and see if it goes any further. But for right now, this is any cruise that stops in France. You will have to have your booster shots. And finally, passports. Now, I have always recommended that if you cruise, that you should always cruise with a passport. Yes, you can sail with just a birth certificate, but you never know if something happens to you while you are in a foreign country. You may not have the ability to fly home if need be on a birth certificate the way you can with a passport. And for those of us that have passports, and if you've ever gone through the passport renewal process, well, you know, it's kind of a pain in the rear end. It always requires an in-person visit, lots of paperwork at the post office. Then you either got to write a check or a money order, put it all together and mail it off. And then here during the pandemic, it was even worse because the offices got so backed up, it's taking extra months and months and months just to get your passport renewed. Well, there is some light at the end of that tunnel. So an executive order was just signed here on December the 13th, this past Monday, that will help save some time while renewing your passport. So it's going to be an online passport renewal system. There is no date yet as to exactly when this will start, when this website will come online. But when it does, you will be able to renew your passport completely online and not have to actually send any physical documentation in. So those getting a passport renewal, hey, this is a really good thing. You just hop on the computer, renew your passport, probably pay right there online with some type of credit card, boom, and hopefully it will speed up the process, save you a trip, and all of the other hassles that can go along with renewing a passport. Now, this is only for renewals. If you are still getting your very first passport, you still have to go through the normal passport process to at least get that first one. This online is only going to be for passport renewals. Now, I got a passport renewal coming up here in just about 2 more years. So, hey, I'm really looking forward to this coming online. As soon as we get some more information or any specific dates, we will let everybody know. All right, I hope you have enjoyed today's news video. If you have, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Have yourself a great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.